Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Lion's Den Investments and Reviews. My name's Casey. Hope you guys are having a good night. And in today's video, I want to answer a question here, or go over the big question, which is, has the train left the station for cryptos going into 2022? Because right now, guys, a lot of people are thinking that we're going into a bear market, and so I want to talk about that and go into some of the technicals with Bitcoin, and then cover a few articles here on the fundamental side and show you, just where we're at as far as like on a macro level. Are we bullish or are we bearish? Okay, going into 2022. Now, I also want to talk about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and some of the utility that is going into those two projects, because I think what you're going to see here in 2022 is meme tokens gathering more utility, okay, more use case behind their projects. This will help them branch into things such as the metaverse, so we'll go into that as well. But getting started here, just looking at the technicals, guys, if you follow my cursor here, what you see on the daily chart with Bitcoin right now is a huge bullish divergence, okay? So you can see the trend is up here on the price on both the top and bottom, and then on the RSI, we've got a downtrend, okay? Now this is bullish. This is called bullish divergence because what normally takes place after this, especially on longer time frames, is a reversal in price movement, price action, okay? But the problem is right now, a lot of people are thinking that, we went up, we broke the downward trend here, and we're turning back over, and people are thinking if we don't hold this support line here and we break back down, that we're going to go into a bear market. Now, that is very possible with Bitcoin, but before we start thinking, in a bearish tone here, let's look at a couple things, because I think what you're seeing here is a bump and run. Now, you might be asking, what is bump and run, right? Well, bump and run is when you break through the resistance line or the downtrend, and the price comes up like this, and then it turns back over, and what ends up happening is the price, okay, the price will... let me see if I can pull up the brush here. The price will come down like this and it bounces off, and then we head higher. So it'll bounce off the resistance there that was the initial downtrend. It'll bounce off of that, and then you head higher. So that's called a bump and run, okay? But we've got to see where we close. It looks like for today we closed above the support line, which is good. And we got to watch this next candle here and see if we drop lower, because if we drop lower, then what I'm looking at, let's take this line right here that I've got. You can see we touched right here, got rejected. We broke through that and then came back down and bounced back up, got rejected. We also got rejected over here. So if we move that further out, okay, and bring that line out like this, what you can see, if I zoom in here, okay, what you can see is if this price comes down and it breaks that trend line here for support, and it comes back down, we could potentially come down to about $45,335. Now, there's major support in that area, okay? So if you see right back in here, we bounced off of it, shot back up, came back down, bounced off of it right in here. So, what you have right here is a big support zone. And then you also have a big support zone right in here as well, okay? So that's what I'm watching right now, because, if we come back down and we break through that support, I'm expecting we'll get another support zone right in here, and then the price heads back up. So, as I usually say on my channel, guys, have no fear. And if you're liking this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Let's go over here to Ethereum real quick and check out Ethereum, because Ethereum broke the weekly support line, and we're coming back down now. And I think what you're probably going to see on Ethereum here is something similar, a bump and run. You might ride this trend line right here and then come back up, and boom, off we go. But we've got a major support zone right up in here at about 3,650. If we break that, then I would say we come down to $3,300, roughly. But if you look at where we had the higher low right there, now if you look at that and then you look at where we are here, if we drop back down and let's say we come down to 3,300 right there, okay, you're still forming a higher low. So you're still in an uptrend regardless. You could just take basically you could just take this trend line here and you move it back down, but see, your trend's still up. Okay, so it's going to be interesting seeing where we go heading into 2022, because again, right now we're still bullish, and I'm just looking at technicals. Now let's go over here to the fundamentals, okay, because we're going to look at the macro level and see if we're bullish and bearish, bullish or bearish. This is the former U.S. Treasurer on crypto investing in 2022, and she says the train has already left the station. Okay, now if you guys aren't familiar with who Rosie Rios is, she's actually on the board for Ripple. Okay, so she's knee deep in the blockchain space with Ripple. So if anybody's gonna know, like as far as being an insider, I tell you, I'm always paying attention to what the insiders are saying and the people who've got the the knowledge that most of us don't have when it comes to the markets and where they're headed. These are the people I like to listen to. She says the train has already left the station. Rios here served as treasurer to the Obama administration from 2009 to 2016. She told CNN, basically, blockchain technology is here. It's here to stay, guys. And she goes on here and she says, she has one piece of advice for anyone looking to invest in blockchain-based platforms or assets like cryptocurrencies or NFTs. And her advice is stick to easy, basic questions like, is the product practical or is there room for growth? And I couldn't agree more, guys. The crypto space as a whole is really, really, it's just exploding. This year, 2021, we had the NFT space take off. We had the meme tokens take off. We had the introduction to the metaverse, and now you're starting to see like a lot of different staking protocols come out that are in the metaverse along with NFTs. So it's very easy to get sidetracked with all these different projects, and I think what you can do, like one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is similar to what she's saying. Just stick to the basics. Is it practical and is there room for growth? And stick with the stuff that you understand. Because if you don't understand something, you don't know how it works, or you don't know who the developers are behind it, and you're not studying that kind of stuff, kind of like what I do with Theta and T-Fuel. Guys, I can tell you pretty much, how the architecture works on Theta and T-Fuel. And there's other things that are taking place with Theta right now, and they're growing and expanding. So there's a lot of room for growth with Theta, and I understand that. So that would be my advice to people, is just get into stuff that you understand. Don't chase the rainbow. Don't chase the pot of gold at the very end of the rainbow. If you're going to do that, you might do something like what I'm doing, where I invest and diversify amongst a few meme tokens and only throw like, $300 to $500 at it. Because if I'm going to lose, I don't lose big. And one of the main keys to investing here, one of the main secrets to investing is not to lose your money. Okay, that's rule number one. Rule number two, like Warren Buffett says, follow rule number one. Don't lose your money. And if you're going to lose small. So that's what I'm doing. But 2022 here, let's get into Shib Inu real quick, because it's another meme token that I diversified into. They're saying 2022 is the year of Shib Inu, and here's why. They go into this article, and basically they're talking about Shib Inu moving towards blockchain gaming, and it'll make way for a sustainable price rise, right? There's a lot of people talking about the price of Shib Inu possibly hitting like 1 cent here in 2022. Well, that nobody really knows for sure. We'll just have to wait and see, but Shib will undergo foundational changes in 2022 as it eyes blockchain gaming, which is touted as the future of gaming technology. The upcoming development will bring new utility to its ecosystem, making Shib among the first to enter the blockchain gaming world. So here, again, I talk about know who your developers are on a project. Look at this. Shib Inu teamed up with the senior game designer William David Volk a former VP of technology at Activision, okay? The gaming partnership is a Shiboshi-inspired video game, but major details about the game are kept under wraps, right? So again, there's credibility behind this William David Volk, right? Who's a former VP of technology at Activision. You know, that tells me right there, okay, this is practical. I can understand that. They're not only that, but they're getting into NFTs. I understand NFTs as well. There's around 10,000 unique Shib Inu NFTs that would make their debut in 2022 and light up the Shib community with the artwork. The NFT community is waiting for the launch, and Shib will generate buzz during the time of the new release. There's a lot in store for Shib Inu NFTs in 2022, and the meme token will be seen differently next year. So there's a lot of room for growth as well. So if you're not in Shib Inu, guys, I mean, you might want to take a look at it at least. The price right now, I mean, considering what they're trying to do here as far as growth, when you look at it from a value perspective, there's a lot of value there and because of the growth and some of the stuff that they got planned for 2022. So you might want to take a look at it. I'm not saying go invest in it. That's, you know, that's not my recommendation here. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't listen to anything I'm saying when it comes to knowing what to invest in, but at least take a look at it. I'll leave a link in the description for this below as well. That brings me to the next portion of this, though, because I was telling you can stake meme tokens, right? Shib Inu, if you're invested in Shib Inu, you can stake your tokens. There's only two places right now you can do that. You can do it through Shiba Swap, and Shiba Swap is just a platform for Shiba Inu, and the other one is Coinbase. Now, I've checked out Shiba Swap platform, and I can tell you guys it's very enticing. It's very tempting to take your tokens and go stake them there, but I don't quite understand it. I don't, you know, I look at it and I'm like, well, I don't really. The website, number one, looks kind of iffy, a little sketchy. So I wanted to do some research on it, and I found this article here. And DeFi Safety is a company that goes out and does safety reviews on some of these blockchain platforms. Well, they give it a score of just 3%, and their 3% score is based on transparency and security. And if you read through the article, down at the very end of the review, they basically are saying if you're looking for a prime example of what absolute negligence looks like in a protocol, look no further than this. There's zero transparency, and basically you're putting your money in a black hole, is what they say. So I just want to throw that out there for you guys. If you've got Shib Inu and you're invested in it and you're looking at staking it, I would probably stay away from Shiba Swap and then just go with Coinbase to go ahead and stake that. Now, I don't think you can stake your Shib Inu tokens on pro.coinbase or Coinbase Pro. You have to do it through just the regular Coinbase website that they have. But that's Shib Inu. The last one here I want to talk about is Dogecoin. Okay, here's another one. Dogecoin Foundation releases its first official roadmap. Now, if we go down here, let's see if we can find the actual roadmap. So if we click on this, it'll take you over here to the Dogecoin Foundation. And right here you can see they've got the project Dogecoin Standard. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that they're doing here. Gigawatt, Dogecoin Standard, the keyring. And I'm not going to get too in depth with this article. I'll leave a link in the description for you so you can go over it and see what they've got planned here. But they're talking about a proposal for community staking, proof of stake. Now the thing with proof of stake, guys, if you're not familiar with these algorithms, proof of stake is basically where the rich get richer. So if you've got a whole bunch of tokens and you bought in on Dogecoin back when it was like under a penny or a penny, you know, this is going to work in your favor because you've got more tokens. They also have a partnership, Point of Sale, which is an L2 or layer 2 application. They also have a project, Radio Doge. Now this entails Starlink plus radio nodes for remote locations. Guys, this is huge. If it's going to be working with Starlink, I mean, you just got to take a step back and ask yourself, how is that for utility? Now, I don't know the ins and outs of it. Again, you'll just have to go to this website, maybe bookmark it, and when we get further details on it, you can get updates that way. So that's really all I had for today's video, guys. Again, if you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because I'll put out some more content here soon on like technology details, project use case, and platform reviews. And we'll also cover, like the fundamentals on some of these different tokens. So with that said, the markets are going up and down right now. And if we go back to the charts, I just showed you that we are still bullish right now. Okay, Bitcoin's at 47,688. I'm expecting a bump and run here, like what I was talking about. And if we don't get that, my price targets for where I think the price may go. And we'll see what happens. But if we drop, guys, if we drop below 41,000, I'll just say $41,000. We'll just call 41,000, make it simple. If we drop below that, then yeah, I would say we're probably going into a bear market, because it's going to take the rest of the market with it. And at that point, I'll make a decision on my other tokens, like Theta and T-Fuel, because actually, being invested as early as I was on Theta and T-Fuel, I'm not planning on selling my Theta, okay? But I've got a lot of T-Fuel sitting there right now, and I got a big tax bill coming up here in April, and I'll have to liquidate some of that so I can make up for my tax bill. So I don't plan on selling my Theta just yet. If we do go into a bear market, I'll hold on to Theta, and I'll just liquidate enough T-Fuel to take care of my tax bill, if that turns out to be the case. And I'll sit on the rest of my assets going into 2022 and see where we go, because if they drop it down to 41,000, we'd have to drop lower than that. It could be a head fake, for all we know, and then you go sell all your bags thinking that we're going into a bear market, and then off we go. So I don't want to be completely left out of the race here on the way up. I'm just basically holding my tokens, and I'm going to wait for parabolic moves. We need parabolic moves here, and that's what I'm looking for. So with that said, guys, have no fear and stay hungry. Okay, stay hungry, because this we're not out of the bull market yet. With that said, I will talk to you guys later, and have a good night.